സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുന്നു. അതിലേക്ക്.
And on top of that is this runaway inflation. Now all this put together is not only compounding the misery of the people, but it is also deepening economic recession. As people spend less, the economy further shrinks, because unless there is demand in the economy, there cannot be any revival. With this inflation, households are getting into debt, indebtedness. Most of their money and earnings is being spent on survival. There's nothing is being spent virtually on buying anything else. So no industry, no MSMEs, nothing can revive unless they have their money in the hands of the people to spend. And that can be done only through a massive income transfers to the people. Modi should learn from Biden, from the European Union. The European Parliament in its budget has now sanctioned a new stimulus package of $2.1 trillion. Biden has sanctioned a stimulus of $1.9 trillion. Most of it is direct money transfers to the people. So they are going to revive their economies, while we, despite our asking, PM Modi from day one, direct income transfers at least 7,500 rupees per family outside of the tax bracket, those who don't pay the income tax, every month. Only when you do something like this, people can survive and economy can grow. And that is what the Central Committee demands that the government must do. And instead of addressing these problems, it is the BJP, ruling BJP and the central government that is instrumental in disrupting the parliamentary. Its refusal to discuss the Pegasus military spyware issue, that is leading to the stalemate. The farmers' agitation is going on, a historic thing that in post-independent India, you never had something like close to 9 months, such a peaceful and such a huge protest action. None of these issues will be discussed in the parliament. Now they say you discuss the farmers' issue, but not repeal of laws. That is the demand. That is what we have demanded even before this farmers' agitation started. We opposed these ordinances when they came. And Pegasus, of course, they say there's nothing to discuss. Now France has ordered an inquiry. Mexico has ordered an inquiry. Israel itself is investigating on the role of the NSO, whether this spyware is being misused or not. But the Indian government refuses. There's only one question we are asking Modi to answer. Has the government or any of its agencies had the contract with the Israeli NSO, the world leader in cyber surveillance, for the use of Pegasus military spyware for surveillance of individuals? Answer this question. The refusal to answer is the confirmation that the government is doing it. Many of your profession, their names have come, politicians' names have come, an ex-judge of the Supreme Court's name has come. From the registry of the Supreme Court, the officers' names have come. An ex-election commissioner's name has come. An ex-CBI director's name has come. So this is ominous in the sense it's not only a violation of the fundamental right to privacy of an individual, but it is attacking every institution of constitutional democracy in India. The Supreme Court, the Election Commission, the CBI, and the media. This is actually tantamount to the undermining or the destruction of Indian democracy. This is something that is not acceptable. Therefore, we have demanded, along with the others, that there should be a high-powered judicial inquiry under Supreme Court's monitoring to answer these questions and to identify who's responsible and take action against the guilty, punish them. This is absolutely necessary. So while I said at the beginning, we extend our support to the Kisan struggle as well as all the other struggles undertaken by various sections of the Indian people, the workers, the women, the youth, the students. They're all on a war path against the situation and demanding that educational institutions must be reopened, but conditions for that must be created. Treat the teachers, the staff, and the students as frontline health workers, vaccinate them fully, leading to an early opening of our educational institutions. Otherwise, it's creating havoc. The child trafficking has increased, child labor has increased, petty crimes being committed by children and youth has increased. The entire social cohesion of India is being destroyed. Now, if this is not urgently tackled, and particularly the girl child trafficking, this is something reaching inhuman levels. So immediately create conditions for the reopening of educational institutions by vaccinating everybody with their double doses. And that is absolutely necessary for our future, for not wasting our youth today. Our demographic dividend, our positive thing that we have, don't convert that into a demographic liability. That is what this Modi government is doing, converting the advantages of a demographic dividend into a demographic liability for the country.